Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is SirEpicorn, and today I am bringing you back with another speed build. I've basically decided to make these townhouse type things. I don't really know. It's like more of an estate. Like, as in, you know how you have housing estates and then like you have houses in a row and stuff. But since there's 4 of them, I kind of only didn't furnish them really. So I made it so it was basically like estate houses for sale, I guess, because they have like kitchens and bathrooms and stuff and like the room layout done, but there's no furniture really in it. So that's kind of like up to whoever buys it, I guess. But I don't know, I want to say that I thought it would be something interesting to do, but honestly I'm just too lazy to really just decorate 4 different houses. So like maybe in the future I'll decorate them. This could be like a 2-part series, I'm not really sure, but we'll see. So I have some stories. First of all, right, so I am a strange person, and you know Hannah, I talk about her all the time in my speed builds and stuff. She and I decided to make a religion with my cousin, and the religion's called Tigism, right? Because my name's Tig. I haven't told anyone this yet, but you know, I'll just say it now. I don't really talk about it though, because like no one could pronounce it or spell it, or like, so it's just kind of a hassle. I won't like go through the trauma. No, I won't. I just won't. So we made a religion called the Tigism religion, and with that we basically just did a knockoff version of like Christianity, and how we just put tea before all the sacraments, and like, so you know how you say amen at the end of prayers, it's tamen, and then it's like baptism and tarriage and like all this stuff. But basically why I brought this up is because I'm extremely strange, but it's this religion and I'm the god, and for my friend's birthday, Hannah's birthday, I printed out the Tig book and I gave her one, and she has like a copy at home. Only I don't even have one myself. I have it on my computer, but like it's in some random file thing, so I don't really know where it is. But yeah, so that's happening. Anyway, so that's, I just made a religion. Well, I made it last year, and the holy day is the 25th of July. Yeah, because that's my friend's birthday, is Hannah's birthday, because she's apparently Jesus, so she's called Hannah's. And then I have a cousin who was there when she was making it, like she's my friend, like, and her name is non-virgin Amy, so she's Hannah's mother. And then she has a brother called Dylan, Amy does, and then he's meant to represent the angel Gabriel, so he's the angel Dylan. Now that I'm coming over this, yeah, it's quite strange, to say the least. But yeah, that's a religion I've just made, so that's fun. Maybe like if I can like manage to find it again, I will read it out. So you know, that's fun. So I have more stories. Another story is, so I play Minecraft. Well, I play Minecraft and Sims. Sometimes I go through phases where I only play Sims, and then sometimes I go through phases where I only play Minecraft, or like it goes vice versa. And in Minecraft, I don't know if any of you guys know about it, but there are things called a realm, and a realm basically is where you buy it, and then you can like invite your friends to join. It's just like this like private owned like kind of server thing, and Hannah bought one, and then we invited like friends, because we were doing like this like mini survival multiplayer thing, and basically so basically we did that, and then Ben is one of our friends. He well, I don't really talk to him, but like he used to be one of our close kind of friends. He and like a group of like it was me and Hannah were on a team with one of our other friends. Yeah, I won't call her. I won't name her name because she's not really important. But we were on a team with her, and then we were against Ben and like two of his other friends. But basically, you can be opt, which is like where you can like, because it was a survival one, so like you had to like get resources yourself and stuff. But when you get opt, which is like basically you have the power to like teleport to people, you can like change your game mode like to creative and stuff, so you have access to the creative inventory. And we were too lazy to, like at the start we tried to like make a house and stuff, and so on the two teams, our team had one island and then the other team had another island, and we kind of had like competitions and stuff. But basically there was like this snowy mountain on our island, and then we put like this igloo on it to make it look like we've made like this small little crap base. But in actual fact, like you pull the lever and you drop down to this like we kind of went overboard. So you drop down and there's this massive like area where we have chests like filled with loads of stuff. We have like a farm with all the animals and food. Like we wanted to make it believable if they did find it, but like we didn't even use half the stuff that we built there. We just like, it was kind of pointless what we did, because like we weren't gaining anything from it because we had access to the inventory, so we didn't really need anything. But then we kind of made it obvious, because we were like, okay, so this is going to be our like room where if they find it, then they won't really, then they will be kind of like believe it. But like we did this on the first day that it started, and we planned to make this go on for like a month at least or something. So like it was a bit unlikely that we were able to do all that in one day. But anyway, Ben and his crew they went scouting for us because they wanted to like kill us, I think. And another thing was there was a mushroom island, and I don't know if you know what it is, but it's like this island thing with like bred cows, and then if you click on them with brown bowls, with bowls, you get mushroom stew. We just get stew. So it's like a really easy way of getting food instead of like having to kill those animals. So basically that happens, and then so we had a roller coaster from our mountain to there, like an underground one, which we spent like a few hours in the creative inventory doing. Because apparently when you're on it's like a little island thing, so when you're on it, no mobs like skeletons, zombies and stuff can kill you, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know how it works, but that's what Hannah said, so we kind of just went with it. Basically, Ben, he was scouting at our island, and then he found this mushroom island, and then he saw a roller coaster track leading to it, so he followed it all the way to our base, and he was like taking screenshots of all the stuff he's found, and just shit hit the fan from then on, really. It just didn't go very well. Like you can't really explain in that situation. What do you even say? You can't explain. Like it's kind of just like we couldn't really do much, so we kind of tried to like, we made it so we tried to make it seem like we didn't do it in the creative inventory, but like he had so many screenshots of everything, and like we used items that you can't even get in the survival inventory. So like he was like, then like so much drama went down, and like we got into a huge argument, and they all blamed us for cheating. But like the funny thing was, beforehand we've had a good few survival multiplayer series. Well, not because it was like more personal, like it wasn't for YouTube or anything. So like we had loads of those, like about 4 of them, and like hosted by different people. And Ben hosted one time, and he cheated all the time. and like we called them out for it, but there wasn't that much of a drama. And now we've done it, and since we did it, there was so much more drama for some reason. So I don't know. It was like I don't know. But it's a bit hypocritical, I guess. I don't know. But another thing, let's just move on from that because I've kind of milked that story for what I could. So let's just look at these houses for a while. They're quite nice. Like, I could imagine them just going along for like a big road, like in this massive like square. Like, I don't know, because I kind of got inspiration from like I go on a walk with my dogs like basically every day, and usually I take this route where I go past this estate, and I like going on walks because it kind of gives me inspiration of like houses and stuff, because there's a good few like different houses, house designs and stuff, and like so I like going on walks, and there's this estate that I always go past and it looks similar to this, and I just wanted to use this as I just wanted to try rebuild it from my memory. I thought about taking a picture of it when I walked past, but I thought that'd be slightly creepy, so I decided not to. So there's 4 houses. Two are the same. 2 and 2. So with the red door, that's the same one as the one with the brown door there. So orange is the same as red and blue is the same as green. Basically, because like I don't know. So I did the same room layouts for orange and red and blue and green so you think that they all have the same layout, but they don't because they're kind of different sizes. So I just kept the same layout for 2 of them for both, like for it's kind of confusing. I'm getting more confused than like right. So red and orange are the same layout because they're the same size, and blue and green are the same layout because they're the same size. They're a very similar layout because the orange one, it doesn't have, like at the end I kind of had to stick out a bit and it kind of looks a bit dumb, but like I had to make it protrude so it was exactly the same as the other one, because if you see how there's like how do I explain that? Separating them, there's like they get half and half in the middle, I guess, and the orange one didn't get that because it was on the edge, so I had to make it stick out a bit so it could. It'll make sense because I did at the very end because I was trying to copy the layout, because at the start I didn't really know what I was doing, so I just did different layouts for each one, but then I was like, no, it'd just be easier just to copy it over, because you can use the copy tool. So I just did that instead. I had a lot of struggle trying to put in staircases though, like it because I don't know, I don't really know why, to be honest, because like it didn't, like looking at it now, it didn't look like it'd be that hard, but I spent a good like 5 minutes just trying to figure out these staircases. Obviously it's sped up now, but like I'd say 5 minutes to 5-10 minutes. Like the total recording was was an hour and a half, I think, and this is 25 minutes. So because I used to use Sony Vegas, right, but the way you speed it up is really weird. So like if you sped it up, right, then it wouldn't change the length of it, it would only just speed it up, and then it like, so it didn't really understand that you wanted to change the length, it only just wanted to speed it up. It was really weird. And so when I sped it up, it stayed like, so if I did a 2-hour recording, I sped it up, it'd just be quicker, but 2 hours, I don't really know. And then it'd like copy it to fill the 2 hours, so I had to like go through and cut everything. So then I was like, okay, I'm just kind of sick of doing this, like it's not really working very well. So instead I just I invested in Adobe Premiere Pro, because with the Sony Vegas, I'm pretty sure I got a free trial somehow for like a month or something. So I was like, well, that's not very good. And then I invested in Adobe Premiere Pro. So I'll see how it goes. It's been a lot better, but The only problem is I don't really know how to narrate on the video, which is alright because I have Audacity, so I've been just narrating on this and then just saving the file and then dragging it in. So yeah. So another, I'm gonna bring back Mr. Monopoly because I briefly talked about him the last time. I had like a few minutes and I thought I'd just bring him up. Mr. Monopoly. I hate Mr. Monopoly, if you couldn't gather. He's just a person that I hated. He's like those teachers that you'll never forget about because you just hated them so much, I guess. But pretty much, I have a story because obviously I left eventually, but I had him for about a year and a half. So I had him all of last year, and then this school year, I finished now, but this school year that I already had just passed. I had him for half a year, but then I left because like it was so bad. So last year, he doesn't teach. I think I've mentioned this, how he's kind of given up in life, and basically instead of teaching, he spends most of his time well, like sometimes I go up to his desk to ask for help, and like when you go up he just tells you to sit back down. But he's really hypocritical because at the start of the class he'd be like, okay, and then he puts things on the board, like questions, like do question 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 blah 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 on page blah blah blah, and then he'd sit back down on his computer and he'd just look at his computer. And then he'd be like, come up to me if you need help. And then I'm doing this accent because he has a very thick Irish accent. But pretty much he did that. And I'd struggle a bit, like, because obviously I have like, since like I've been doing maths like for the majority of my life, and so I know a lot of stuff. But like when you go into higher years, you learn new stuff. But I wasn't learning new stuff. He was just expecting us to know the new stuff without him ever teaching us. So like I kind of had to try figure it out myself. But I'd go up to him and I'd ask for help, and then he'd just tell me to sit back down. But anytime I went up to him, I'd like quickly see a glance on his computer, and he'd just be looking at like fishing equipment. Like he's been planning his retirement for like about 10 years or so. Like I don't know, 10 years might be an exaggeration, maybe a couple of years. But like clearly he doesn't want to be there anymore. He doesn't bother to teach at all. Like he just doesn't really care, and it really annoyed me. So like for the majority, like all of last year, I had to self-teach myself. Okay, I just had to teach myself how to do stuff because he wasn't teaching me clearly. So it was a big struggle. And then my mom, she went to like the office and she asked if I could get changed, like my classroom to because I was in like higher level. So there's higher level and then there's ordinary level. Like higher level is like a lot harder than ordinary level. So yeah. And then, yeah, so I was in higher level and I wanted to go to the other higher, because there's 2 higher level classes and 2 ordinary level classes. That's usually how it works. So I wanted to transfer to the other higher level class, and the principal was saying that he didn't really want to do that because I don't really know why. He didn't really have an excuse. He just said he just didn't really want him to. Like, I don't know. But can I just talk about this bill for like 1 second? Like, it's kind of annoying me. It doesn't feel right not having things in like different rooms. Like I'm looking at it now and it just looks really weird, like the kitchen and stuff, because it's not packed with like loads of clutter, and like the bathroom has like nothing in it apart from the toilet, the sink and the shower, and it just doesn't look right for me. Don't really know why I had to point that out, but anyway. Continuing. I'm not really sure about these tile selections, but you know, I just kind of assumed like you just have standard ones that all of them have, and then like if you move in you can obviously change them, like if you buy the house. But I guess if you rent it you can't really. But like, so this is the protruding part because I needed to make it the same as the other one, so like I had to put the protruding part. It looks fine, I guess, but like it doesn't look, because the other side doesn't really have a protruding part, so Whatever. What can you do, really? You can't do much. So this is where I start editing the layout and making them all the same at the top, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe not. Maybe we've already done that. I haven't really been paying attention that much. Back garden goes in soon as well. But anyway. So he never really taught me anything, which I got quite annoyed by near the end. And I eventually, my mum tried to change me to the other higher level class, but the principal, he said he didn't want me to because he felt like the teacher I already had would get like annoyed or something. Like, it was kind of stupid. Like, there was virtually not really much of a reason. Like, every time my mum tried to talk to the principal, like, he'd make up with another excuse, like the class was full, or like it was annoying, to say the least. So basically I had to deal with him for a full year, which is fine because like it wasn't like an important school year anyway. Like, it was one of my starting years of high school, so like my second year of high school, and I've just finished my third year. But pretty much the third year is important because that's one of your exam years. It's like a really big exam year, but like it's not as big as the one I'm gonna have in 3 more years. In 3 years from now, we have like this big exam which kind of defines where you're gonna work, or like what colleges or universities you're gonna get into. So yeah, pretty much that happened. So I had to deal with him self-teaching myself for like the past year, and then when it came to this year, I was like hoping that like because he's retiring really soon, so I think it's next year that he's going to be gone. But I thought it was last year because the principal also said that it's like he'll be retired by next year, but which is last year. So he said he'd be retired by then, and I was like, okay. And then when I go into class, my first maths lesson, I just have him, and at that point it was extremely like irritating. So basically what we did was my mum went into the school and she asked if I could get transferred to the other higher level class, and he kept saying no. And then he said, because we have mock exams which are like not the actual exams, but they kind of mock it, so they're like similar, but they're not going to be they're not as important. They're just going to try to get used to the exam kind of layout. And he said just wait till the end of the mock, and then he said loads of people will drop out because they'll be failing the mock. So if you kind of fail the mock, then they recommend you go to drop your level, because they want you to pass obviously in every class. So they make you, well, they suggest, they can't really make you do it, but they suggest that you drop to the lower level. So he said wait till the end of the mock, and then I was like, no, I don't want to, because like I didn't really want to fail the mock because he wasn't teaching me anything, so I could hardly like, you couldn't really expect me to pass it considering I hadn't gotten taught like for the full year. So like I got like so my mum was like, can I transfer? And then he said just wait till the end of the mock, and then I did the mock in higher level and I failed. And then my mum said asked if I could transfer again, and he said no. So it was my management in the school, like the principal is clearly not a good principal. Like I would not like, I don't really like my school because like it's a really small school. Like it only has like 300 students in it, like no 400, which like, because I do go to an all boys school, so then there's an all girls school and they have like 400 or so. Because like I live in a quite small town. So basically I just dropped down because I dropped to ordinary level because there was virtually nothing I could do. I wanted to go to the higher level and I wanted to stay in higher level and get taught higher level, but they wouldn't let me get the higher level teacher, so my only option was to drop to ordinary level, because if I did ordinary level I wouldn't really need much help because like it's quite easy. So I'm in ordinary level. We have just finished my exams and they all went quite well, I think, but I don't really want to talk about them because school's out. And yeah, I actually need to bring this up as well while I still have like a few minutes. Pretty much I want to bring up the fact that I have not been uploading regularly, and I'm sorry. Not like, because I feel like I'm kind of drained. Like, I upload and I spend so much time editing and making thumbnails and stuff, but like the only people who watch it are my friends. So I kind of just I'm not really bothered. I feel like I don't really need to make any videos because I don't really have much of a fan base, but it's not really a good like mentality to have, because if I just keep like, if I eventually, like, what I don't understand is YouTubers always say, oh, I just worked and worked and worked, and then eventually you'll get paid for that. Like, you'll earn it. And I've been working, and oh, the video's over. So yeah, that's the end of the video, I guess. Basically, I plan to make an upload schedule. That's what I wanted to talk about. So anyway, without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.